defense, your group came up with a number of big plays offensively down the stretch tonight. What did you like about your group's ability to close this one?
I mean, there was some poise, understanding what we were trying to accomplish down the stretch, who had the hot hand versus being able to share it, making some plays down on the back end of the game. I thought was really good for our guys.
What did you like about Jase? We've seen him provide that spark before, but just in a moment like this again.
I thought he was big time. I thought he did a great job with his energy, his effort, his toughness, being able to push the pace. I just really loved like he plays with a level of confidence and toughness about him, throughout the entire night on both sides of the ball.
Not the typical kind of game that we see from you guys, especially on the defense side. What does it say about this team to be able to find a way to get the stops when you need them and kind of keep the pressure on offensively when the defense doesn't have it tonight?
Yeah, it was big. I mean, our ability to get downhill, get to the free throw line, we shared it, we moved it, we trust the pass. Our defense was not what it needed to be, and I think there's games like that in the league, but our ability to sit down and get stops is what we've got to continue to hang our hat on. But our guys, stayed with it, stayed the course, and just found a way down the stretch.
I know you don't have to watch the film, but what do you think broke down defensively today?
I'm going to have to go back and watch the film. What broke down is us being in a stance and not being able to keep anybody in front of us.
AB, Siakam fell out late in the game. He was hobbled a bit. How's he doing?
Right now, he's okay.
Coach Dell's been huge on the board as of late. It seems like a lot of guys get credit, but maybe not as much Wendell publicly. Can you speak to how important he's been on the glass for you guys?
I can never say enough about Wendell Carter Jr. What he does without even having to get a shot, get a play run for him. He just does everything the right way, and he's just continuing to try to just play, setting solid screens, hitting rollers, guarding multiple positions without batting an eye. And I think that just says so much about how much he means to this team and how his toughness and his level of consistency has been great for us this year.
Talk about his growth and confidence as a scorer, but 10 assists tonight. I think he's had some big assist games throughout the course of the last few games as he's been in the lineup more. How's his growth and his confidence grown as a passer and a playmaker for this group?
Well, just recognizing situations like that. I mean, what they were running, we hadn't, run for a while. He recognizes the one scenario, we get the layup one time, and he goes back to it. And I think that's just recognition of a point guard seeing what's working and taking advantage of it. And I think that's part of the growth of him, not just being able to get downhill to attack the basket and defend their team's best players at times, but being able to make plays for others on your team is what's so important for him and for us.
Huge turnaround at the second quarter. What do you feel swung the momentum in your favor and set the stage for the rest of the game?
I mean, we stopped BSing and tried to make it and stopped trying to make it a rat race game. Like, we weren't guarding, we weren't trying, we were letting guys go by us. We were a step slow in a lot of ways. And then, guys got a little pissed off. We changed a little bit of the rotation, and guys stepped in and decided to guard. I mean, our defense started to create our offenses, which is what we've talked about doing all year long.
Thank you, Coach Mosley.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Jase, looking at the team as a whole, what did you like about your group's offense down the stretch to come up with enough big plays to get the win?
I think just sharing the ball down the stretch. I mean, you see AB, you see Desmond, you see Paulo, Wendell. They all made big plays down the stretch, even Tristan with that big-time three. So I think just sharing the ball and just playing as a unit is kind of what won us the game at the end.
What were the emotions like throughout the afternoon? You guys were scoring a ton, but maybe not defending what you liked.
I mean, I think offensively we were really well. We played really well tonight offensively. Everybody was sharing the ball, but defensively, it was pretty sloppy from us. That's not characteristic of how we play defense. So I think that was kind of frustrating, and a lot of the huddles just letting up easy buckets. But I think we just got to look back on this one and just take what we can.
Jase, you've got about 40 or so games under your belt now as an NBA player. Do you feel a big difference between game one versus game 36? And if you do, where is that change in your game, or is it just kind of a gradual, like, okay, this is now, I'm just focused on today?
Yeah, I definitely think it's just confidence. Honestly, I just kind of feel my confidence growing from each game, just learning something new. I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted. It feels like game 66 already, but just maintaining my body, making sure I'm staying as positive as I can, staying healthy, and yeah.
Kind of on that point, you mentioned defense not being at the standard you guys want to. How important is it, and how much is it kind of you've been expressing that you still got to find a way to win. You still got to find a way to compete and win. And how important was that to find that tonight?
I think it's really important. I mean, last time we played Indiana, we weren't as well offensively as we were, but defensively we were pretty good. So we just got to find just little things that can keep us in the game. And today was our offense, and then just a couple stops here and there. But coming up for these next couple of games, we really got to lock in defensively.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Jase.
Appreciate you guys.